You are now listening to Mike's Opinion, Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now listening to the Mike's Opinion podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I'm just going to be upfront honest like I always am. I was going to do a best of episode. So, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I said, I think I got a Thanksgiving episode. So I do, kinda. It was Thanksgiving being canceled. It was about 2 years ago. You can check it out. It's called Thanksgiving Canceled. But it's really a COVID episode. So I went back and I started listening to it, and it's really just a COVID episode. I mentioned some things about Thanksgiving because we canceled Thanksgiving in my house because of it. None of the families, we didn't get together or nothing like that. And I thought it was more contextually, and technically it was, but I only mentioned Thanksgiving. It was only a 30-minute episode. This episode is going to be relatively short as well, because the reason why I was going to do a best of episode is because I am super busy. Lots of stuff going on in other businesses that I have. This is a peak season for a couple of them, so that's why. So when I realized I didn't have a Thanksgiving episode, I said, you know what? I will do one real quick. And I want to do that because we have a lot to be thankful for. I know shit seems crazy, right? If you don't know, President Trump just threw his hat in again to run for president, to the dismay of the Republicans and the GOP. So, there's that. Financial things are going on, inflation, interest rates, crypto exchanges are filing for bankruptcy. Still, there's a lot to be very thankful for. The first and foremost, Earth is still here. The surface is still inhabitable, and we're still alive. Let's just start there with the basics. You know what I'm saying? Let's just start there. Humans have a tendency to focus on negative things, be attracted to negative things. That's not what I do here at the Mike's Opinion Podcast, and you know it. We want to focus on the positive. That glass is half full. It's also half empty, but we choose to focus on the water in the glass or the fluid in the glass. Whatever you're drinking, whatever you're sipping. We want to choose on what's in there, not what's not in there. So let me be the first to wish you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. Yes. And it's the year 2022. And if you want to know, I'll just give you a very brief history about Thanksgiving, starting in 1621. And that's a long time ago, right? 401 years to be exact. And the Mayflower Pilgrims, who founded the Plymouth colony in Massachusetts, they sat down for a 3-day meal with the Wampanoag. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Wampanoag Indians. So some white people sat down with some Indians. Boom. Thanksgiving was born, because we all know how that went. Shout out to my Native American listeners. Thank you for doing so. First time and last time, long time listeners. Thank you for doing so as well. So tradition has been going on for over 400 years. Families, people get together, most of the United States, Canada, and we eat entirely too much food. This holiday is centered around gluttony. Let's just be clear. Come on now. Now, I had said in an earlier episode, a couple episodes ago, I had just started talking about this, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to fast during Thanksgiving, but I'm just going to like play the corner. I'm going to just play the wall in the background and just like Bugs Bunny that joint, right? I'm just going to crunch on a carrot, some celery sticks, and just watch everybody gorge themselves while I'm over there hating and hungry. And I thought about it and I was like, the people in my family cook too damn good for that to ever happen. It's not going to happen because just my wife, like tonight, she made Super Toscana, which is a soup I understand has been made popular from Olive Garden, but she makes it like she makes everything from scratch. And this soup has a light creamy base to it and plenty of kale and sausage. And it's about 30 something degrees here in Texas, where I live in the suburb of Dallas. And listen, it was delicious. It warmed your mind, body, and soul. So I get, food can be medicine. Food can also be poison. Let's just be clear. Let's be honest about it. What you put into your pie hole, into your body and your digestive system can heal you. It can sustain you. It can fatten you. And it can make you sick. There's no doubt about that. Here in what we deem Western society, we eat to feed the pharmaceutical, hospital systems, medical systems, because we give ourselves all of these avoidable ailments. And now, I'm not discussing, hereditary things. Things that were passed on to you. You were predisposed. No. I'm talking about obesity, heart disease, hypertension, high blood pressure. All these things can be literally solved with diet. It has been proven. Watch a documentary called Forks Over Knives. Forks Over Knives is not paying me to say that, by the way. Nobody's paying me to say that. While I'm on that, please support the show, please. Like, share, subscribe, follow, comment, do all that. And if you can, it would be greatly appreciated if you support the show financially as well. $1, $5, $10. If you really getting money, $500, $5,000. I've got a GoFundMe out there. Look in the show notes. My GoFundMe is there. I also have my PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Show your brother some love. Show your support. All of you listening, especially the regular listeners, if you haven't already, please do so. If you have already, please do so. I need your support. Okay? But Forks Over Knives is a documentary about two doctors on opposite coasts who happen to be doing the same 30-year study and found out beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, it's about veganism. And if I propose a vegan Thanksgiving to my family, my wife and I would be the only ones, and my son would be the only ones that would be down with it. Everybody else would be like, fuck you, we going somewhere else. Or we cooking something else. We ain't trying to do nothing with no meat. But they prove beyond a shadow of a doubt medically that you can get rid of a lot of ailments if you go vegan. And vegan basically don't eat anything with eyes. That includes fish, chicken. They do honey too because it's bees. However, I'm like, come on. Yo, honey? Really? But yes, no cows, pigs, ducks, turkey, none of that. They proved if you remove animal proteins from your body, you can heal yourself. It seems like a no-brainer, right? But every Thanksgiving I've known, and I've been on the planet for half a century plus, it's been a feast. And I've come to enjoy it. There's a couple of good football games on, maybe some basketball games. You see people that maybe you don't see regularly, family and friends. Everybody's, sipping that sip, or some people smoking that smoke. Everybody's happy and jolly for the most part. there are some downsides. Some of those downsides include some of those family members you really don't vibe with. You know what I'm saying? Or those family members that want to discuss politics or religion that you may not agree with. And then inevitably, there are some things that are inevitable that it amazes me. One of them is that there's going to be at least one person in America, and I hope it doesn't happen. But there's going to be one person, at least one person in America, that's going to either burn themselves or burn their house down trying to fry turkey. Real talk. It happens every year. Cleophas, do not put the turkey and just throw it in there and let the grease pop out over the heating element and cause a fire. Read the directions. We have access to all types of video channels that can show you step by step how to fry a turkey safely. How to fry a turkey safely. Okay? If you know how to do anything, you know where you can go, the tube. I'm not saying it because I'm not sponsored. Please support the show. But you know what I'm talking about. Damn it, I'll go ahead and say it. YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, free advertising. I don't like it because I'm not getting a check. I get a check. Anyway, if you need how to change your alternator, go to YouTube. You need to know how to fry turkey? Go to YouTube. And there's also TikTok. And then there's many others, places where you can go for clear, concise video tutorials on how to do something. It's there. So please don't burn down the house. Because I'm going to just be honest with you. For me, fried turkey is it's alright. A lot of times it'll dry out. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a fried piece of good, juicy fried chicken. Fried chicken is the right size bird for frying. I've had a couple of Cajun fried turkeys. It wasn't bad. I think a couple of years ago we got one from Popeyes. It wasn't bad. It's easy. You ain't got to cook it overnight. You ain't got to cook the bird is done. But typically in my family, we do the normal stuff. One Thanksgiving though, but I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, we had a fish fry and it was delicious. Who don't like a fish fry? But, the turkey, the ham, the roast beef, the yams, collard greens, the green bean casserole, potato salad, deviled egg, the desserts, 5, 6, 7 types of desserts, and cranberry sauce. Look, the cider, the sparkling cider, all of that, and I keep hearing about a turducken, which is a turkey stuffed with a duck stuffed with a chicken. A turducken, turkey, duck, and chicken. I don't know that I need that. I don't need that in my life. I've had duck, it's I'll mess up some yard bird though. Chicken is delicious. Yes, I'm a black man who said chicken is delicious. And the world loves chicken. Period. End of story. So, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. It's the 24th this year, I think. Today is the 16th that this episode drops. So, like I said, I was going to do a best of episode, but I just said, you know what? That was really a COVID episode. But go check it out. It was like November 2020 is when that episode dropped, a couple years. But it's just amazing. I'm glad I listened to it first. Because I'm thinking in hindsight, people are like, this ain't about, it is about, I briefly talk about Thanksgiving, then I talk about why we canceled it, which was really at the height, of the pandemic. So we have that to be thankful for, right? We made it through, or the majority of us made it through. There's a million or so, 2 million or so people that lost their lives, either directly or indirectly due to COVID. RSV and the flu is popping right now. So, eat your vegetables. If you take supplements, take your vitamins. I looked up homemade antibiotics because I thought I had a kidney infection. Turns out it was just my back, which is just getting old, just getting old. And I'm better now. Look it up. But the one I found, it has, and this is all organic, fresh stuff. Ginger, lemon, turmeric, manuka honey, a lot of garlic, coconut oil or olive oil. I use coconut oil, apple cider vinegar, blend it up and take shots of it. And I gotta tell you, I've been feeling pretty damn good. I just keep forgetting to make me a jar. And they say the longer you keep it in the fridge, the more potent it gets. And I keep forgetting, so I can take shots of it a couple times a day. Cause I'm all about the health. I'm getting older. And when you get older, you have to actively fight for your health. Know that. You got to exercise and eat right. And I hear raw eating and clean eating and vegan eating and keto. There's all of these things. Do whatever for you. And this is no medical advice. Consult your physician before doing any of this. Okay? But shoot me an email, mikesopinionshow@gmail.com. Let me know what Thanksgiving means to you. Do you look forward to it? Or do you dread it? Or a little bit of both? Because I love hosting, which we're not doing this year. I'm not even sure we're really going to do a big thing this Thanksgiving. It's kind of late, right? It's like 8 days. We probably should be talking about this. We did talk about it with some family members, but there's some situations where, I don't think we're going to go ahead and do a big get together. Something small, probably, but do you hate it? Do you just I don't want to see these motherfuckers. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see these people. I'm going to eat too much because the food is delicious. Or maybe you're single. You're just going to roll through KFC drive-thru, get a 3-piece and be straight. Regardless where you're going, regardless who you are with or not with, regardless, I truly and sincerely wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And if you don't have nobody you want to reach out, I always check my email. Shoot me an email. You can wait, or you can hit me up on Thanksgiving. I will do my best to respond. I'm not going to promise you, because you'll be like, yo, Mike, you said hit you up on Thanksgiving. I was alone and you never replied till 3 days later or 2 weeks later. No, I will make a conscious effort to remember to do that. Okay. Just in case you don't have, a large network of people or a large family, or you just saying, fuck them. I'm not going over there. Let them do that. I choose to be alone, which there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. I also want to know, what's your favorite pie? What is your favorite pie? I got a lot of pies that I love. Right now, it's a peach pie. My wife makes the bomb peach pie. Then nice and warm. If it's already cooled off, I warm it up, nuke it, or stick it in the oven till it's not hot, but warm. And then take a scoop of that vanilla bean ice cream and it's good eating. And definitely the Dutch deep dish apple pie too. Oh, deliciousness. There's the chocolate pie, the lemon meringue pie, the pecan pie, the sweet potato. Come on, don't get me started. I think I'm making myself hungry. I'm making myself hungry. Are you hungry now? Ooh. And that ham, like the ham with the sweet stuff around the edges. The brown sugar with the little pineapple sweetness. And it's so much better the next day. You make that ham sandwich. And I don't even be wanting to swine and dine. But, I'm not a Muslim dude. Respect and shout out to all my Muslim people. But, hey, that ham sandwich is like that thick cut. It's delicious. That next day, that roast beef. Yo, you would think I'm hungry. I'm really I'm making myself hungry. I wasn't hungry, so I started talking about all this food. So, anyway, short app. I just wanted to chime in. And like I said, I was going to do a best of episode. Haven't done one of those in a while because I love you. I want to be here with you. I want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So give me a feedback, reach out, and have a Thanksgiving. Take a moment to at least think about any and all of the good things in your life. Anything that you have to be mindful and thankful for. Write them down. Sometimes there's a power in writing stuff down. You know, I've always heard that saying, the pen is mightier than the sword. And that is, it can be so true. Write it down, save it, and look back on it next year and see if the list gets smaller or if it's gotten bigger. But thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. And I wish you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm Mike. Thank you for listening to the Mike's Opinion Podcast.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.